I took my Honda Civic Hybrid on a 600-mile long road trip and got a good feel as to what kind of fuel economy you can expect on longer drives and how that compares to Honda's advertised 45 miles per gallon on the highway and 50 miles per gallon in the city. I was pretty disappointed with the results, and before getting started I made sure I had a full tank of gas, which cost me 20 bucks. I also reset my trip B on the odometer so we can see what kind of range and MPGs the car reports on this drive. We kicked things off driving through some hilly roads of Oklahoma going highway speeds. It was about 42 degrees outside, which is a little bit on the colder side of things as far as the hybrid system goes. 100 miles in, the car was reading 44.2 miles per gallon during the changing from uphill to downhill constantly. At this point in the drive, I didn't know what to make of the fuel economy since we were traveling through hills where our speed was always changing as we navigated through different turns. But the drive itself was fantastic so far, and I absolutely loved how the hybrid system felt. 200 miles in, the car read 45 miles per gallon, which is what Honda advertises for highway speeds. I was pretty impressed with the mileage so far, as the drive consisted of hilly back roads with a mix of 45 to 65 miles per hour speeds. About 250 miles in, and it was time for us to get on the interstate and really test out the fuel economy of this car. It also started raining at this point, which made me glad for today's video sponsor, me. That's right, I'm sponsoring my own video, and this is my clean dash cam install. If you're interested in doing it yourself, be sure to check the link in the description or in the top right of this video. We were now 300 miles into this trip, meaning it's halfway over with. Up until this point, I'd say 250 miles of it was hilly back roads, with the rest looking like interstate driving. Halfway into the trip, and the miles per gallon had started to slowly decrease on the interstate. Now reading 44.4 miles per gallon, it's no surprise that hybrids don't do as well going full interstate speeds. I also found that the cruise control is much better at maintaining EV mode rather than trying to get the best miles per gallon by foot. Hypermiling feels impossible in this car because it's basically a generator powering an EV battery, so at certain points it burns a given amount of gas no matter what you do. I was now 346 miles in, and the car warned me that there were only 40 miles of fuel left, meaning this tank of gas only got me about 386 miles, but let's call it 400 with the way Honda computes its range off the last drive. At 10.6 gallons, that means this car truly got me about 38 to 40 miles per gallon so far on this trip. Once I realized this, I was pretty devastated considering the hybrid is advertised for 48 miles per gallon combined, but I also know I was driving in slightly colder weather. At this gas station, the price was about $2.50 per gallon, and once I filled up, it cost me about 20 bucks for a full tank of gas. Getting back on the road, the route was going to be full interstate for the rest of the trip. It was still raining, and we had about 250 miles to go. This is a situation where the reality of hybrids kick in. They're fantastic in the city, but when it comes to the interstate, just like an EV, it loses that compelling fuel economy that you're really looking for at higher speeds. I found that anything above 65 miles per hour was just rough on the hybrid system and caused the fuel economy to tank. 450 miles in, and the car is now reporting 40.9 miles per gallon. There's not much you can do to increase the slow decline on the interstate, given it's just a straight road going the speed limit. Once again, hybrids don't shine fuel economy wise on the interstate. You can see it's killing my average from earlier in the drive, and is definitely well below the 45 miles per gallon on the highway that Honda refers to. You can also see it's 45 degrees outside, which can also play a big factor into these numbers, but I don't have the data to simulate what it would have been like in the same conditions at say 60 or 70 degrees outside. As it turned dark, we were now 500 miles in, and the car was saying that we're getting 40.3 miles per gallon. I was now hoping that it would maintain 40 miles per gallon by the time we arrived at our destination with less than 100 miles to go. Aside from the fuel economy, the actual feel of the car has been fantastic, and I love the way it drives on the interstate. It also handles these rainy conditions very well. With 60 miles to go, the car was down to 40 miles per gallon. I was pretty bummed out about this, but I also knew we weren't going to be going as fast for the rest of the trip. You see, most of the interstate driving, we had been going 70 to 75 miles per hour, but the rest was going to be about 60 to 65 miles per hour. As we reached our city of destination, we had about 10 miles to go. To my surprise, the car bounced back up to 40.4 miles per gallon, which goes to show how much of a difference 5 to 10 miles per hour makes on the interstate. Finally, after reaching our exit, we made it all 600 miles and averaged 40.4 miles per gallon the whole way according to the car. If we go off our rough math from earlier, it most likely truly averaged 36-37 miles per gallon, which brings a harsh reality about these cars on the interstate in cooler weather. Honda did a fantastic job with the hybrid powertrain, but I had a really hard time coming close to the advertised highway numbers on this 600-mile road trip. Results of course vary greatly off the weather you're in and the conditions that you drive in. After 2,500 miles, I love this car and want to keep it until the wheels fall off. I wanted to show people what kind of fuel economy to expect on longer period drives. If you're interested in any more 2025 Honda Civic Hybrid content, check out some of the other videos on my channel, and if you enjoyed, please leave a like or subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Have a good one.